If you're like me, you probably hear all the time how you've got to invest in the stock market and you've got to have this diversified portfolio, and you'll never be an adult or a real man until you do. That's what I feel like every time somebody talks to me about the stock market, which I'll be honest, I don't know a whole lot about. We do some investments there, but I have really focused on real estate. So the question that I've had is, what are the returns? How do the returns differ from real estate and, let's say, the S&P 500? How do the returns vary from the S&P 500 or the stock market to real estate? And I did what any of us do. I jumped on the internet and started Googling what are the returns of the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is basically just an index that tracks the performance of a variety of stocks, like 500 of them, right? So that's a really good sample pool of how the market does generally, I would think. So as I Googled, what's the performance historically of the S&P 500? Depending on the article that you read, it's like 9 to 11%. So I wrote that down and I started researching what is the return on real estate. So I started Googling what is the return on real estate. Well, if you've got a good investment, you're somewhere around 10%. Other people think it's like 7% and maybe even as high as 15%. So maybe we're in the 10% range there. So my takeaway is they're close. They're in the ballpark of each other. And that was all from Google. So try this for yourself. Go and do a little bit of research. But I think you'll find that real estate and the S&P 500 do fairly similar to each other on average over history. One thing to think about: if you invest $100 and let's just say that the ROI is 10% a year, then after 1 year you'd have $110. Okay. If you invest $100 in real estate, and let's say that $100 was just a down payment on a much higher purchase price, you are calculating or potentially receiving a return on the purchase price, not your investment. So it could be a much higher amount. Now, I want to get into that. I won't in this video, but stick around because my next video I'll break down kind of some math on what that looks like for ROI on the stock market and ROI when you use a down payment to leverage a much larger purchase price and have a return at that rate, not only the rate of return on your money invested. Now, if you've got questions, feel free to reach out and maybe we'll even create another video about it. Hope to talk to you soon.